Hello, this is Amelia Rodriguez, and this is my teaching models assignment for week 2. Two similarities between traditional and online modes. The course curriculum set and approved by the Board of Directors or administration must be followed. This is the case for both online and traditional settings. Lesson activities must consider and incorporate cultural and learning diversities. The difference between traditional and online modes. In the traditional environment, the course, day, and time are scheduled in advance, and in the traditional setting, students commit to being present at on certain given days and times. The instructor can immediately assess students' level of engagement and understanding based on verbal responses from activities conducted in class. In the online environment, while the student time management and self-discipline matter in the traditional setting, they are essential to online environment. Time management and self-discipline is something that students struggle with. The level of personal connection between peers and instructor may not be as profound as it is in the traditional setting. Two advantages of teaching in a traditional classroom. The face-to-face interaction allows immediate feedback and personalized attention. When students are in the same room, building a feeling of community and connection is simpler. The traditional setting provides a structured environment that can assist students with staying focused and disciplined. Two advantages to teaching on the online setting. One significant benefit is the flexibility, which enables students to use the resources and engage in learning process at their own convenience and speed. Many multimedia resources are frequently available online, enhancing student engagement and allowing for more adaptability to learning styles. Additionally, online learning can foster independent thinking and self-discipline in students, preparing them for a more self-directed approach applicable to real-world experiences. The disadvantages of teaching in a traditional classroom. One challenge is the limited flexibility in terms of scheduling and location. The traditional classroom model may not accommodate diverse learning styles, making it challenging to consider or to cater to the individual needs of every student. The traditional classroom setting may need to be adequately equipped to prepare students for the digital and remote work environments that are increasingly prevalent in today's world. Here I have in my notes an example of sometimes I've gone to other colleges to help and maybe substitute for a teacher, and have still walked into classrooms where blackboards are there. The individual Einstein desks are there, and there are no computers for students to use. So that sometimes that is really a big problem. Two disadvantages of teaching in an online setting. Not all adult learners are tech savvy. Navigating online platforms, troubleshooting technical issues, and adapting to new software can be overwhelming. This information was provided in one of our research documents. Adult learners often judge responsibilities like work, Adult learners often juggle responsibilities like work, family, and personal commitments. Balancing these responsibilities with coursework can be daunting. This also happens in the traditional setting. However, it is a more significant issue in the online environment because it involves more discipline, self-discipline. Applying adult learning theories to both models. McCloskey recognized that adults needed to continue learning in a rapidly changing society in order to survive and develop. However, this need to learn intersects in an adult's life with the stage he or she is in and the stability of the learning situation to the learning potentialities. and learning handicaps one has at that stage. So I applied Mikulski's adult learning theory to an example I had with an online student, Saud. She was a motivated, self-directed learning and was having technology issues that neither she or I could address. She had written one of her essays. The entire essay was all written, and all I can see was really weird figures. So I could see that there was content there, but I could not open it in any kind of format. I don't know what she had on her computer. So I had to actually reach out to the help desk, because I tried to have her reach out to the help desk first, but her hours of work and the hours of our help desk availability didn't seem to match. So I was able to connect with one of the help desk administrators. His name was Mike, and they're on campus on the weekends, but just usually doing stuff in the background. But since we do have Saturday classes, he was able to schedule a time where Saud, myself, and he were able to meet, and he was able to make sure they downloaded the Word, Office Word onto her computer so that we would no longer have this issue. So I believe that this is the perfect example of Mikulski's adult learning theory in the online setting. Right. Here is another example of Mikulski's adult learning theory. So I had my student Hannah in English 100. She was in my class that met on Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon. From one of her assignments, I learned that she was having extreme financial issues and that her roommate had moved out and that she was now responsible for the entire amount of rent. She was working full time and she was starting to fall behind. So I reached out to her, and it became apparent that she could no longer attend class during that time. It was just past Thanksgiving. We just had a few more weeks to go. She was doing pretty good in the class up to this point. So since I was teaching an online class that was pretty much at the same place as she was, I was able to reach out to the department chair, and we were able to accommodate her, switch her at this point to my online class so that she could just finish the last basically 4 weeks of class. So this is one of those issues where Mikulski talks about back in the learning theory that where it says, however, the need to learn intersects in an adult's life at the stage that he or she is in, and the suitability of the learning situation. In other words, things happen, real life happens, and so adults have to navigate life and studies, and just I think this model really adapts and describes these types of situations. Effective instruction in both model leads to student success. Supporting online students mean providing weekly instructor videos, providing optional live online class meetings and recording them for students to view later if they can't attend the scheduled time. I do this for my online classes every once in a while, especially when I am introducing a major writing assignment. I like to host a class meeting. I tell the students ahead of time. I schedule them for once a month pretty much. Same time every time. So I do it Wednesday evenings at 8:30 because I know I have working adults. If they can make it, it's great. If they cannot, then I just record it. Most of the time I have 2 or 3, 4. Most I've had is 6 students attend. They ask questions. I kind of run it like a typical class. And then I provide that recording for those students that weren't able to attend. So that's kind of one of those instructor videos. I also do I make sure that I provide frequent and timely feedback on writing assignments and those little short essays and their interaction. I do as much, I think I do that more in the online setting than I actually do with the face-to-face classes, because we can have little small conversations before and after class. So actually doing that in the online setting, writing out, is really important. Effective instruction in traditional settings, students have an opportunity to meet their social needs while working in small group activities. Students discuss, collaborate, and complete short writing assignments in every class session. So I don't like to lecture a lot. I present basically a short, whatever we're working on that day. I have a way of, I split up any writing assignment. I basically chunk it out for them, and little by little every day there's a reading or some type of chapter activity to help them understand why we're doing what we're doing towards a paper. Then I have them do a little piece of a provided outline. We work on a certain section, so they work together, they write, they read, they collaborate, so all of this stuff. So in other words, I do this to make the class engaging, and they get to talk to each other. Alrighty, and so here at the very end, I have included my references. I have 3 different references. The CARA, or the book is called Challenges Faced by Adult Learners in the Online Distance Education. This was a literature review. And then I have Mikulski's An Approach to a Differential Psychology of the Adult Potential. And then I have the textbook that we have for our class. Thank you very much. I hope this satisfies our requirement for this week's assignment.